Hello. Welcome. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. So this is a twin flame energy update. Per usual, I like to have some cards already dealt out so that way we can take a look at the combined energy between the two of you. What is going on? This is like mirrored feelings, possibly sensations that you may be going through. So we have from the Syrian Starseed Tarot, we have the Nine of Orbs and the Eight of Orbs. So the bottom of the deck was the Nine of Orbs. So the overall energy between the two of you is y'all have been, and then the Eight of Orbs had come out. So these orbs are swords, air energy. So this tells me that both of you are mirroring each other in the fact that you're both stuck in your head. Y'all have possibly some heavy energy right now that you're feeling, facing, this is not wanting to face fears. Like you may have been having these negative self-talk lately, thinking, oh, things ain't gonna work out. I'm, Eight of Orbs, stuck, and I'm not able to see him or her. We have too much going on and too many things, too many obstacles, and just getting stuck in depressive energy, very sad, very lonely, feeling unloved and unworthy. And then from the deck created by Bridget Rau, Divine Essentials, the Journey of Love Union cards, the bottom of the deck's the number 21, Shadows. This feels like torture. Well, yeah, you're in a very negative space right now. The divine energy is. And we have the card that came out with 7, I'm lost without you, emptiness. This is extremely missing each other. Extremely so. Let me turn this music down just a little bit. So, let's take a look and see where y'all are. I'm going to look at the Divine Feminine first. What is going on, Spirit? What is going on with the Divine Feminine? What's going on with the Divine Feminine? Okay. Bottom of the deck is the King of Pentacles. So, wanting that security. Wanting security, wanting stability. And this is over the Ace of Wands. A new active beginning. King of Pentacles, I mean, that's, this king didn't become king overnight, okay? Let's make sure we understand that. The King of Pentacles, it took a lot of work for him to get where he is now. And now that he is stable and grounded, he's ready to begin this new beginning. So with this being on the bottom of the deck, this just tells me that the Divine Feminine is now in a space where she feels stable and she feels secure in how far she's become. It's like she's able to look back and think, oh, well, it took me a while to get here, but I'm here. I made it. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of the success that I've made, and I'm proud of all the healing. It was hard work, but now I'm ready for this new beginning to take place. I'm not just thinking about it. I'm actively, co-creating this new beginning. We have the Hermit, the Five of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, and the Fool. So the Divine Feminine is, she's been that seeker, that seeker in the darkness, that seeker that's searching for, she's not just allowing, when she's having these triggers come up, she's not just wallowing in them. She's actually looking at them and processing them so she can purge them. She's looking at them in a way that's like, okay, why am I being purged? What am I being called to deal with? And where from my past is this triggering up from? Is it from a past from this life? Do I need to dig deeper? Is it from a past life? Is it part of my ancestral DNA? She's really been in this time of separation. This is for those of you that's been in separation for, maybe you haven't had communication, no contact. For some of you, it's been very limited contact, sporadic. You haven't possibly been able to see your divine masculine in the flesh, there is some type of physical separation. And during this time, you've allowed yourself to process any feelings of being like lonely, any feelings of depression, feelings of not being good enough, not being pretty enough, not being respected, feelings of not being worthy, not being appreciated. You've been taking all those triggers that's been coming up, and then here you are, like the Seven of Wands, you're standing up, you're being courageous, you're standing in your warrior woman, wild woman mode, and facing those challenges head on. You're not pushing them down further. We do tend to, until we start going through our awakening, we do have a habit of just pushing down those negative emotions. We're like, oh, I don't want to deal with it. But lately, the heavy energies that keep coming up, it's like, no, I'm going to deal with this, and I'm going to deal with it now. And because I want to heal. I want to evolve, I want to ascend, and I want to be a better person for myself. And so you are progressing. And then now, since you've been facing those fears, now you're ready to take that leap of faith. You're ready for something new and fresh, something exciting, adventurous. It's like a caterpillar that has, here you was a caterpillar, and you went in the cocoon. While you was in the cocoon, you faced that darkness. You may have been a caterpillar who was afraid of the dark, and then you got trapped in the dark in the cocoon, and you hear all these noises of things going outside of the cocoon. You don't understand what's going on, but then you decide to go within yourself, and you heal where that fear, that place that the fear comes from. And then when you're ready to burst out, you're the fool. You burst out of that cocoon and you see the daylight, and you go to stretch your little caterpillar arms only to discover you have beautiful wings. What a new adventure for you. So let's look and see, what fears did you grow from? Let's look and see what you was facing during the cocoon. What's the divine feminine facing in her cocoon? What's the divine feminine facing in her cocoon? Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have barricade. This was your trigger moment. This is what triggered you. No forward motion. Being blocked. The obstacle is that feeling of, this isn't going anywhere. Why am I waiting around for my masculine when this is not going anywhere? I'm hearing in my head people like, I keep watching these videos. We keep hearing union is coming, union is coming. Where's my union? And then bam, there's the trigger. You get thrown into a cocoon, having to face your own fears. We have villain of decay, impotent. 6 of rage, tyrant. And 7 of rage, warfare. Look at all that bloody red in these cards. During your cocoon, you have had to face down that fear of no growth, of no seeds being planted. You felt, you're like, you intuitively, your intuition was like, yes. It's that quiet, still voice. Yes, you've planted those seeds. Allow them to take hold in the darkness so they could sprout forth into the light. But because you had your fear, it's like, where's my seeds? Where's my seeds? Nothing's been planted. I've done all this work for nothing. It's like this total panic mode, right? And because your fear was so loud, you couldn't hear the quiet voice of your intuition. You had to face your anger. Warfare, tyrant warfare. You wanted to act out and react out of your fear. You wanted to lash out, literally seeing red, feeling like you've been abandoned, abused, not being not being appreciated, not being loved, your love not being returned. You're like, it's that feeling of, well, I don't know where my seed went. I guess it just died. And I've been waiting all this time, doing all this work for what? What for what? And you had to face that fear. You had to face that anger and that fear. It's like you had anger from the fear. It came from a place of fear, not rationality, not from having a worthy opponent, but your own fear. That you did all for naught. So let's look and see, when you come out of the cocoon, what adventure are you coming upon now in this connection? Spirit, what is the divine feminine? She's done all this work. She's come and emerged out of the cocoon. What is there for her to discover? What's there for her to discover in this new world? Spirit, what is... Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have mountain. Facing fears, challenges, and overcoming obstacles. That's what you did in the cocoon. This is over gamble of the heart. Should you go for it? That's facing those fears of, I don't know if it was worth it. I don't know. Should I stay? Should I go? We often get questioned that, right? We have adventure, new experiences. You have new experiences. So you're not on that dirt bike by yourself. They're side by side. You and your divine masculine are side by side. Whether you physically see them or not, energetically, you are side by side, facing and coming onto this new adventure. You've overcome that obstacle. Instead of just trying to, instead of allowing that obstacle, that mountain to stand there between you, you went around the mountain. You went around it, you went through it, what's the word I'm looking for? Used explosive, you blew it to smithereens, and now you're on the other side. You're breathing that fresh air, and you're facing this new adventure. We have strategy, planning next move. What I'm hearing is there is a plan in place. You are exactly where you need to be in this connection. Spirit is saying that divine source has a strategy, has a plan in place, and all the pieces are falling into place exactly how they're meant to be. So now let's look at the masculine. Make sure I'm holding this deck. I I had it upside down. I knew it. I knew it. Okay, so. Spirit, what is the masculine in this twin flame connection? What is he going through? I'm hearing that a lot of twin flames are actually back into contact now. You faced a long silence, I'm hearing. But a lot of you are back into some type of communication, some type of contact. You may be surprised that maybe I'm hearing that some of you... Stop. Spirit, stop. I'm hearing that some of you thought your twin flame could have been someone else, but that was actually like the catapult, and the person that you never thought was your twin flame is actually your twin flame. Okay, so bottom of the deck, we have 9 of Wands for the masculine. 9 of Wands. So this is him being guarded. Being guarded, still standing there with his back against the wall, feeling like he's been cornered over this is the 3 of Wands in reverse. He was probably hurt in the past, probably because of this connection, but it's in reverse. So now those swords have fallen out. Gravity has taken hold and pulled those swords out. So that way those wounds can be healed. And, he's overcoming that 4 of Cups energy of not being good enough. Overall energy, he's been a little guarded. He's been licking his wounds. Let's see what cards we have here. We have the King of Cups, the 2 of Pentacles, the World, the Ace of Wands, the 5 of Pentacles, the Emperor, the 8 of Swords, the 7 of Pentacles, and the 2 of Swords in reverse. Wow. Wow. Okay. So we see that he's got this love. He holds love for his divine feminine. However, the King of Cups does not always express those emotions. You have to understand the King of Cups, he has deep feelings and emotions for his queen. However, the king has learned to master his emotions, so that he does not react out of his emotions, but rather he holds that love. 2 of Pentacles tells me that he is coming to a place where he feels more grounded, more stable, but yet he is still trying to multitask, juggle. That's the word I'm looking for. It's like he's trying to juggle this past energy. He's kind of stuck in the middle of the past energy and the energy that's opening up for him. Where the feminine we saw where she's bursting out of the cocoon, he's right there. It's like his little cocoon has a crack in it and he's peeking out the crack. He hasn't yet reached out of it. He's still sitting in this energy. So he's still juggling the 2 energies. You know, which energy should I burst into? Should I stay in my little cocoon where I have learned to be safe? I feel safe in my guarded little cocoon in this darkness. Instead of fearing it, instead of growing from it, I've learned to comfort. I'm licking my wounds. You know, some of us, it's kind of like that saying, the evil you know is better than the evil you don't know. So it's like they're still kind of sitting there and looking at that crack like, should I dare? Should I do it? Looks like a big, wide open world out there. And he knows that the world he's facing outside that cocoon brings union with his feminine. It will complete the cycle that he's in his cocoon. But he has to actively make that new beginning. The Five of Pentacles tells me that he's still processing those, it's like he's like, how do I say it? It's like when someone gets used to living in a negative mentality. So he's having to overcome that, because we have the Emperor. So he's having to overcome that. So he's got his back to it, but he's also facing the Eight of Swords, which means he's also looking at his surroundings. So he is comfortably, not saying that right, comfortably, bleh, in his darkness. He's embraced that darkness. He's comfortable there. He has this false illusion, this false reality that he is safe. He has to break through that, and he has to physically put the work in to break through that. So that, because if he stays there in his cocoon, he will eventually die in that darkness. Because the cocoon, you're not meant to stay there forever. You have to grow. But then we have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords talks about being stuck in indecision. It's in reverse. So we see that he has made his decision. For some of the masculines, it's like they're refusing to make a decision right now. They know they have to. Well, no, because it's in reverse. Because if it's in upright, that's them refusing to see. Because, in the regular tarot, they have the blindfold on. So Spirit's like, no, it's in reverse. So they have made their decision. So let's look and see. Let's pull some cards and see what they've been facing in the darkness, in their cocoon. What is in that cocoon with them? What are they being called to actually, they're having to work through? Where the feminine has already broke through that cocoon, the masculine is still there. He's still fighting that fear in his cocoon. He is actively working on himself in this cocoon. What is he facing? What is the masculine facing? Wow. Just wow. Bottom of the deck. Six of Decay. Take it for granted. So, he's felt taken advantage of by his feminine. Like he wasn't appreciated for the time and the effort that he did put into the connection. We have Ten of Sorrow, evacuation. 7, Chariot, barricade. Divine Feminine had this on the bottom of the deck, remember? Villain of Decay, impotent. Divine Feminine had this as well. Just to show, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine do mirror each other, even in their fears. So, in the Ten of Sorrow, that's like the Ten of Cups, where there was finally, that water's pouring out. There's emotion coming out. And what do they feel like the feminine did? They feel like she evacuated. She left him there to drown in his own emotions. That's why he felt taken advantage, underappreciated. Like he wasn't valued. Same thing she felt. The Chariot barricade. He felt like he ghosted her. She ghosted him, blocked him. And it's funny, lots of times the masculines does the blocking. But in this, and I think there was a reading I did the other day where it's like the divine feminine did the blocking. But he, you know, or maybe he didn't. It's like wandering in the darkness, didn't know where to find his feminine, didn't know where to turn, felt like it wasn't going anywhere. Everything he tried, no seeds were being planted. Felt like what seeds were planted were useless and futile. So see how the masculine and the feminine really mirror each other, not only in their feelings and thoughts, actions, lifestyle, but they also mirror each other in their fears. Quite a bit. So let's look and see, once he breaks through that crack in his cocoon, what is he facing? What new adventure awaits him on the other side of that cocoon? What's waiting for him? What is waiting for the masculine? What is waiting for the masculine? Anything else? One more shuffle through. Okay. Bottom of the deck, the future. Consulting, spiritual guidance. There will be spiritual growth for the divine masculine. He has a calling on his future. The first card that was out was crying, upset and emotional, feeling and hurt. Once he comes out of that cocoon, the first thing he's going to have to do is own up to his emotions, own up to his feeling. He's going to have to allow himself to actually feel instead of burying it. He's going to be healing his abandonment. Rejection is a projection of another person's fear. And it's going to lead to his wellness, well-being, health, diet, nutrition, and exercise. Facing his fear, facing this new world, these new understandings, this growth, the spiritual growth, his personal growth, is ultimately leading to his well-being. Is going to make him better as far as emotionally, physically, health-wise, spiritually. It's going to be hard work, but he can do it. He can do it, can't he, divine feminines? We know he can. And he's going to feel better for it. Dream catcher, shared dreams, astral travel, lucid dreaming. Him and his divine feminine, he will experience shared dreams with her. He will be able to astrally travel to visit his divine feminine, no matter what the distance is between them. Also, I'm hearing any nightmares that he's been experiencing will be alleviated. Then we have divine soul connection, past life healing. He's going to be able to heal any pain, not only from this life, but from past lives that he's shared with his divine feminine. And then what does it lead to? Look at that, a beautiful union, a beautiful connection. So now I want to pull some advice cards for the twin flames and divine connections that's watching. What advice does Spirit have for you right now? These are the Archangel messages by Doreen Virtue. What messages do you have for the twin flames that are watching? Anything else? Bottom of the deck is patience. Archangel Jophiel, your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. Still, they need nurturing and patience. Then the cards that you got. There's one that fell on the... Oh, two fell on the floor. Okay. We have Spread Your Wings. Archangel Ariel, do not hold back right now. Your timing is perfect, and you are ready to soar. Spiritual Understanding. Archangel Radziel, I am bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. Healthy Lifestyle. Archangel Raphael, eat a healthful diet, get adequate sleep, and exercise regularly for optimal health. And then finally, Courage. Archangel Yariel, be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. Have courage. Beautiful. Now I'm going to pull some cards by this deck called Universal Heart Oracle Guidance from Spirit, Your Guardian Angels and Ancestors, created by Rachel with Angelic Revelation 144. What message do you have? These are just flying today. Okay. So first we have, Spirit is aware that there are things within your life that have been disappointing recently. This is normal and happens to us all, but it is also an opportunity for you to do something about it. There are going to be exciting changes up ahead if you choose to stop staying stuck and waiting on other people to change. Be the change you wish to be, and we will bring in the people who are destined to walk with you on your path. Let me grab these two that fell on the floor. Okay, there's actually three of them. And a pearl. Wow, okay. So we have, Spirit offers you a divine blessing of abundance. Emotional wholeness and harmony is improving in your life. It is the end of tensions and hostilities, leading you to greater prosperity and the manifestation of psychological well-being. Tranquility, peace of mind, and long-term contentment are the energies currently being sent to you. Opportunities of love, happiness, and abundance are yours. Your angels are working together to bring about exciting changes in your life soon. New doors of possibilities are about to open up to you, or are about to open to you now. Have the courage, there's courage again, to walk through them. A new chapter will enable you to move forward with an area of your life which has been on hold for some time. There will be new possibilities in work, in business, as well as an exciting new love relationship. Uh-oh! And finally, the last card. You will find balance and equilibrium will be restored soon, as you will hear from a lost love. You will have the opportunity to rebuild this lost connection. The distance between you will close as you begin to engage in open, honest, and consistent communication. You can expect to hear an apology and a declaration of love. You will develop a strong bond to build a solid relationship, and your love will nurture you both, ensuring emotional well-being and delicious passion. So if you are, any of you are interested in the decks that I used today, now there's some of them I don't have boxes for, but you can find these on Amazon. It's the Anne Stokes Gothic Collection, the Archangel's Guidance Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue, the Syrian Starseed Tarot, Tarot de la Nuit, And then by Angela with Mystic Moon, I use the Dark Night of the Soul Tarot. From Bridget Rau of Divine Essentials, I use the Journey of Love Union deck. And by Rachel with Angelic Revelation 144, I use the Sacred Healing Journey deck and the Universal Heart Oracle Guidance from Spirit, your guardian angels, and ancestors. All links are in the description box. Thank you so much. Namaste.